Hey, what is up, everyone? I'm going to be giving you guys a different perspective. I do a bit of gardening and stuff, so um, I got some stuff I got to clean up. We had some rain over the weekend. It's crazy, man. This is some weird weather for April going into May. Yeah, it's like the greens, like the bean stalks on these things have just been off the charts this year. And I don't know, it's just the the amount of rain that we got, or it's just been the weather. Not 100% sure, but over the last few weeks, I've been trying to like get the garden together. So I got like just old growth. I got cuttings I got to take off of those old plants over there. Those have been over there for shit. I don't know, like 2 years. That's a grapevine back there. We'll see if we get grapes this year. Hey, it hasn't given grapes in like 2 years. So I don't know what's going on with that. That's my daughter's dragon fruit cactus. It's doing lovely. Like she's good for like growing stuff from babies up into like big plants. And there's like more and more of these stalks that just grew out of control this year. So I got a lot of cutting and pruning to do. These are all collard greens, by the way. And then I got some other stuff going on here. Sorry, this is going to be a tariff rant, but I'm just showing you guys my garden while I'm back here. Those are honeydews. Those are carrots. That's my basils from last year. They're regenerating, and some, I'm just kind of growing them out. That's lettuce. That's a what they call a lettuce pot, right? So it gets to a point where you just go and just cut out your leaves and stuff when you want to make a salad or what have you. Um, and then I have my medicine plants over there. I can't really go too much in that. I got to keep this video kind of PG. Oh, by the way, those are peach trees. Okay. And this is a blueberry bush that I've resurrected. So I have a little bit of a green thumb too, man. There's limes, oranges over there. And there's an orange tree back there, and a lemon tree, and a tangerine tree. So I just grew up um, doing this kind of stuff, man. Gardening. Oh wait, sorry. That is cucumber, and those are some watermelon seedlings, and that's broccoli. So yeah. All right. Anywho, let's get the tariffs, man. So, um, as it stands right now, my understanding is that there are some talks being had. And the reason being is that there is an exemption. I forgot what it's called. It's like it's like a T56 exemption or some crap like that, right? And so what that has largely done has allowed, um, while this tariff stuff's going on, for purchases to be made that were like say $800 and below. And if it was made on like say like an online platform or something like that, right? These items would be exempted from tariffs. And I saw this because I bought my daughter some stuff from Shein a few weeks ago, and it just basically came through here, tariff free, right? However, that exemption expires May 2nd, which is Friday, I believe. That's Friday. And then that's when it expires. And so with that, that's when you'll really see some shit. And, to kind of like bring it closer to what I do, I have batteries that I get made. You guys have seen videos on this stuff. Just kind of dig in the video catalog there, and you'll see some stuff about batteries and the company Urdu that I work with. I was authorized to, or I am authorized to develop packs for aftermarket packs for Razer, because we supplied Razer with batteries for their rental fleets. So it's been an ongoing relationship that we've had, right? Now, with things set to maybe potentially kick in place on May 2nd, what we'd now be looking at is a $100 battery that you would pay $40 for shipping, right? Air freight, DHL, right? So one of my big 20 amp hour batteries that have the 21700 cells, okay? So let's just use a flat number for that. $100, right? and then it'll be $40 for DHL to ship that one battery to me. You get it from China typically 5 days, right? And that's all you pay, 140 bucks for it. Okay, if a 145% tariff it has to now be collected, that $140 purchase now becomes 295. Okay, so you can see how this is a bit of an issue. Number one. Number two, why I haven't purchased any new batteries, because in the event that while these things are getting made and shipped over, the tariffs hit, right? They don't extend the exemption or whatever the case, right? Um, when it gets here, DHL is going to give me a phone call and say, "Hey, in order for us to release this package to you, we need to collect on, you know, 145 bucks." And you're like, dude, so I have to essentially pay twice the amount. So I'm paying for the battery twice, basically, right? Um, and then after you pay for the battery twice, you got to charge it to the customer. And you can see how that's kind of not the most ideal situation for, say, somebody like myself, right? Then there's the other side over there, overseas, where, you know, Chinese covered our business. And so when you have sort of like a good solid relationship with, say, a supplier and stuff like that, there's a bit of a just kind of like, business is coming from this person every so often, blah blah blah, right? And then this throws like a curveball on all of that shit, right? And so now it's sort of like factories over there are being furloughed because a lot of orders are getting canceled, because now people are seeing, okay, I just spent $80,000, I just spent $100,000 to buy, 4 containers of product, whatever, right? Now, when it gets here, you're going to have to pay 145 to have it released to you. It's insane, right? And it's like, wait, I don't have an extra 145K. So what I'm going to have to do is just say, hey, man, cancel that. Just go ahead and keep the money. It's a loss. It's already written off, man, whatever. And that's what's happening right now. So you have an empty container issue in China. Space on like the cargo ships have already been pre-purchased, but now they call it like ghost cargo. That's what it's called, right? So the shipping has already been paid for, right? But the order got canceled, so they're gonna stick an empty container on the boat and send the boat any goddamn way. It's some crazy shit. So, it's just a little bit of a tariff rant to kind of explain how this affects, say, the micromobility industry. And it's mainly the battery thing, the motors and all that kind of stuff. People don't really need those so much. And, I'll say it like this, right? There's more of a reliance on like battery components, and packs and all that kind of stuff. I would say more so than other components on an e-bike or an e-scooter, where a lot of times, a lot of this stuff is already in some sort of fulfillment warehouse somewhere. Like a lot of parts you can get off Amazon. Like the last video I did, I just had a customer like, just here, buy these, you'll get it tomorrow. Right? I'll throw it on, I'll put it all on the bike and, get it all together and you're all good to go. It's just, that's just kind of how like stuff works, man, when it comes to like logistics and supply chain and, access to components, stuff like that, man. A lot of that shit is already sitting here. Tires, tubes, and you name it, man. Just go look on Amazon, type in e-bike parts and see what you get. Type in e-scooter parts or put the brand of the scooter in and see what you get, So there's also these critical platforms that we use on a daily basis. Like, geez, I wonder what Bezos thinks about this. Like seriously, I wonder what Bezos thinks about the fact that, because if you go on Amazon, a lot of that shit is from China. It's a lot of it ships directly from China too. Think about think about how his supply chain, and I'm talking about in terms of like Amazon fulfillment and distribution, how that gets shaken up. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to stop coming in and getting housed in Amazon fulfillment centers. This can, there's a ripple effect. Okay, there's a ripple effect to all this. So that's pretty much, I'm going to leave my rant right there because I can keep going about this crap, but you know, just kind of understand that like if this stuff kind of like if it goes through, it'll really start being a lot more difficult to get things at a good price. And I hopefully I explained that relatively clearly. Hopefully. If you have any questions or anything, just throw some comments down there. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Peace.